always, Mental Jane, and welcome to another replay cast. Today we're looking at the game in the T-55A, the German premium or reward tier 9 medium tank. This is the tank you get for completing a third set of missions in random game mode. It is pretty much like a T-54 with slightly better turret armor, slightly better gun, but much worse hull, and slightly worse mobility. We have pretty good matchmaking. We are top tier, the only top tier on Prokhorovka Encounter. Both teams are equally shit. Their tier 9 is a T-54, which we don't really want to fuck with too much, but we could take him on probably. Going for the usual hill position. If I spawn north, you rarely will see me going anywhere else but the hill. It's a really powerful position. It allows you to have some RD cover and at the same time spot quite a large portion of the map and shoot even a larger one. And also there's some bushes on the hill that are rather unbalanced and let you do quite a lot of damage for free. And oftentimes you can just spot some fuckers on the rails. This time it's not the case. This time we have to deal with a fucking KV5 that for some reason decided that that's a good play. He does get the first trade, which is rather unfortunate for me because I didn't really come here to trade with KV5s. For the second shot, didn't really have the gun depression to shoot the the R2D2, but for the third one and so on, we should be fine. Now he should realize that he is fucked in that position and he should fuck off. But hey. Wall of Tanks accuracy, you aim for the R2D2 and hit the fucking gun mantlet, because why the fuck not, mate? Third shot, though, well, fourth now, goes exactly where we need it to go, so overall our accuracy here has worked reasonably well, and apparently you cannot pen a side of a KV5's turret with 200 penetration. How lovely. That being said, we could go after him, or we could let it go, and by the look of how many tanks are up there, we probably should let the KV5 sit in the swamp and don't pay too much attention to that, as we don't really have to. They have an IS-3 already climbed up in the Tiger 2 as well, along with a couple of other tanks that are just sitting at the back at the moment. Also, that IS-3 might be an issue here, but hey, Russian accuracy, man, it's like German, only it actually works, so, you know, there's that. Then again, I say that, but this tank is kind of German, but at the same time it's kind of Russian, so which one does prevail? The bigger number, better accuracy thing, or the German thing where your accuracy is shit no matter what the number is? I don't even know. Anyways, you pick up another shot on the IS-3 on the hill, and now we're looking for some dodgy-ass shots through the rails, but that's not really gonna happen. I don't really want to climb up there, because I don't really want to feed this IS-3A all my hit points for no reason. This shot could happen with APCR, but with AP, the shell arc will just get the shot stuck into the train or hit the bottom of his track, so there's no real way to do damage for me there, so I should let that go. Arctic 34-3 gets picked up, and now I should go for the light tank, as that is by far the easiest tank to penetrate there, and arguably a bit more valuable tank than the red KV4 on this map for sure, at least. So what we see on the map that there's a shitload of tanks on this side, and what we see on the scoreboard that we already lost this game, and no matter what I do from this point on will really affect the outcome of the game, and we can track the IS-3 at least and probably kill him as well, but the IS-3 does that just before me. And now a KV4 as well, another great example on great armor balancing where you can spend someone's side with a tier higher tank's medium gun. But that being said, we still can go for his cupola. He has the stock turret, so he has the kind of smaller cupola, but it's kind of shittier if you can actually hit it, so we can go for that. This gun isn't like extremely inaccurate for shots like that, but it's all up to potato and RNG when it comes to Russian guns in most cases anyways. And we do fuck up a couple of shots here once again, and now the KV4 is actually climbing. We're gonna pick up the Bulldog. I don't really know what the fuck that guy was doing. I don't even know what he was hoping for there. Really, his position was just bad. We do not quite have the time to track the KV4 there in his inner track, and we waste another shell and another one, because why the fuck not? Let's miss all the cupola shots we ever can, because, you know, we are good like that. Now the Tiger 2 pens me, there's not really much I can do if he lands a shot into the top of my cupola. I still need to pick up this KV4, and finally we hit 2 shots in a row. What a miracle, what a miracle. So the game gets a bit closer, but if those guys in the 1-2 line cannot hold their ground and cannot survive that with reasonable amount of hit points left, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble in this game. I still have to deal with a full health Tiger and an IS-3. The Tiger stops looking at me, and the second that turret is not angled directly at you, it becomes the biggest pile of shit in the game. And even when it's angled at you, with 200 pen, you should be able to mow through it like butter, as the armor on that is only 180. So even guns like this with 202 penetration on average should be able to pen that thing every time. So we get another one, and might go for another one here if the IS-3 doesn't pick him up before we do. Kind of hesitated there with my aim, but it doesn't really matter as the IS-3 picks him up. And now we could go for an aggressive play on the IS-3, and maybe we actually will be able to win this game after all. We need to kill this guy and then turn around and face what the other side has to offer. It all obviously depends on how much health they have, as first of all, there's only so much I can do, and second of all, there's only so much ammo that this tank has. The IS-3 is playing this rather carefully, and we're gonna go for a half-assed shot on the RD, as the IS-3 could have actually abused that. Now we aimed the second one fully, but of course the let's nerf accuracy idea was the best idea Wargaming ever fucking had. We bounced a shot with the side of our turret just because the T-55 is cool like that, and look at that! It's a full health T-34 sat there the entire game. Why the fuck not, mate? Why the fuck not? Trying to put a shot into his cupola, but we failed at that. But he gets he gets nothing with shooting this front of our turret. We could pick up the KV-5 as his position is rather dreadful there, and it shouldn't really be an issue for me to shoot him there or spawn him really. And I'm in pretty good hold down position here as well. And one thing you could notice now is that we're kind of running out of ammo here. I mean, 5 AP, 5 heat, and 2 HE. I don't really carry a lot of heat in this tank for any kind of intensive purposes. My heat count on this is pretty much as low as it gets. The IS-3 fires, the T-34 fires, and I'm being shot in the ass, which means that it's time to go. Pick up the IS-3 and then work from there. The T-34 does only track me with that shot somehow, but the further in we get, the more obvious the fact that we're gonna run out of ammo here is. Last AP shot into the side of the T-34. He misses another one. I switched to HE, hoping that I can pen an ass of a T-34, but as you can see, the penetration marker is orange, so it would have been lucky to pen him there, and I switch back to heat now, which I do kill a light tank with. I probably would not have been able to pen it with HE as well, so it's not really shell wasted. Now just keep working on this T-34. It's a pretty damn clear that I cannot win this game at this point unless both of the other guys are on 300 health, and then I would have to run the RD, but we do as much as we can here and pick up another kill. And now working back to the hill to see if we can spot them before they cap. As I said, the only chance we have to win this is if they both are one-shots, or even then it's gonna be hard. One of them has to be around like 50 health for this HE to do the job, and the other one has to be around 300. I'm gonna load heat just in case, you know. It doesn't really matter at this point. I'm pretty happy with the fact that I cannot win this game anymore, especially after he says that the 54 is on full health. It's completely obvious that there's nothing I can do anymore to win this game, so we are just gonna go and shoot all our ammo out and then see what we can do with our last remaining hit points. Obviously, first heat shot into the T-54 only tracks him. Yeah, we should have a pretty solid double push here. The second shot did do damage as he did get resetted, but now it's time to fuck off. Time to go for the one last honorable thing you can do when you run out of ammo when there is RD in the enemy team, and you know what it is. There's only one thing you can't really do when you're out of ammo, and we're gonna go for exactly that. Obviously, it sucks to run out of ammo like that, and you kind of remember all those terrible shots on the KV-4 and whatnot, but at the same time, I think I could have had all the ammo I wanted in this game. I probably would have still lost it. I mean, the T-54 wasn't the greatest player ever, but I had to kill him, the IS-3, and the RD, and the T-54 was on full health, so that would be rather unlikely, and I guess I'm fine with this outcome as well. Now we are obviously going up to the last chance of this game, and that is this guy, the fat swine that we managed to miss twice, which we could have used those that ammo as well. But anyways, that's the game. We get RD kill with a ram, so GG. So here's the end plate. Ace Tanker, 2,460 experience earned. High caliber top gun, 7,892 damage done, 542 assisted. Obviously, it has to be said that this was top tier matchmaking, and T-55A as well as T-54 are pretty much at their best, and probably the best tier 9 mediums to have when you're top tier. That being said though, T-55A still super solid, not as solid as Heat 55A or Heat 54, but really solid tank, pretty good reward tank, probably the best out of the bunch. The Object 260 is also really solid though, but this tank is pretty solid. This game was kind of funky and worth the YouTube video, at least in my opinion. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the replay cast, and I'll see you on the next one.